Welcome to another fascinating journey through Georgia. Today we visit the Stalin Museum in Gori, a place that provides an intriguing glimpse into the life of one of history's most controversial figures. Let's explore the legacy of Joseph Stalin. Located in the heart of Gori, the Stalin Museum stands as a reminder of the Soviet era. The museum is dedicated to the life and leadership of Joseph Stalin, who was born in this very town in 1878. It houses a vast collection of memorabilia, including photographs, documents, and personal belongings. Inside the museum, we find exhibits showcasing Stalin's early years, his rise to power, and his role during World War II. One of the most remarkable displays is his childhood home, carefully preserved to reflect its original condition. Visitors can also see a statue of Stalin, which once stood in the town's central square. One of the highlights of the museum is Stalin's bulletproof train carriage, which he used for travel during World War II. This green armored rail car was his preferred mode of transport, as he reportedly feared flying. Stepping inside, you can see his simple yet imposing workspace, where many critical decisions were made. Whether you admire or criticize him, Stalin's impact on world history is undeniable. This museum offers a unique perspective on his life, leadership, and the era he shaped. It remains a must-visit destination for history enthusiasts. That wraps up our visit to the Stalin Museum in Gori. Joseph Stalin, one of the most influential and controversial figures in world history, was born as Iosif Vissarionis Yugashvili on December 18, 1878, in the small town of Gori, Georgia, then part of the Russian Empire. His early life was marked by hardship, political awakening, and an unrelenting pursuit of power that would eventually lead him to the helm of the Soviet Union, shaping the course of the 20th century. Stalin was the son of a poor cobbler, Vissarion Yugashvili, and a devoutly religious mother, Ketevan Galadze. His childhood was marred by poverty and domestic violence, as his father was an alcoholic who frequently beat him. Despite these difficulties, his mother was determined to see him educated, enrolling him in a church school in Gori and later in the Tiflis Theological Seminary in Tbilisi. It was during his time at the seminary that Stalin was exposed to radical ideas, particularly the works of Karl Marx and Vladimir Lenin. His growing disillusionment with religious doctrine led him to abandon his theological studies and join underground revolutionary circles. By 1899, he had fully embraced Marxism and became an active member of the Russian Social Democratic Labor Party, RSDLP. Stalin spent the early 1900s organizing strikes, spreading revolutionary propaganda, and participating in bank robberies to fund Bolshevik activities. He was arrested multiple times by the Tsarist authorities and exiled to Siberia, but he managed to escape on several occasions. His reputation as a dedicated and ruthless revolutionary caught the attention of Lenin, the leader of the Bolshevik faction of the RSDLP. Following the Russian Revolution of 1917, which overthrew the Tsar and established Bolshevik rule, Stalin quickly ascended within the ranks of the Communist Party. He was appointed People's Commissar for Nationalities and later became a key member of the Politburo, the highest decision-making body in the Communist Party. Once in power, Stalin embarked on an ambitious plan to transform the Soviet Union into an industrial superpower. Through his 5-year plans, he pushed for rapid industrialization and collectivization of agriculture. While these policies led to significant economic growth, they also resulted in widespread famine, most notably the Holodomor in Ukraine, where millions perished. Stalin's rule was also characterized by brutal repression. His Great Purge of the late 1930s saw the execution and imprisonment of millions, including party officials, military leaders, and ordinary citizens accused of being enemies of the state. The notorious Gulag system of forced labor camps expanded under his leadership, becoming a symbol of his authoritarian rule. During World War II, Stalin played a critical role in the Soviet Union's resistance against Nazi Germany. Initially, he signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact with Hitler in 1939, which allowed the USSR to annex parts of Eastern Europe. However, when Germany invaded the Soviet Union in 1941, Stalin led the Red Army in a grueling conflict that ultimately resulted in the defeat of Nazi Germany. The Soviet victory in 1945 cemented Stalin's status as a global leader and expanded Soviet influence across Eastern Europe. marking the beginning of the Cold War. However, the war had also devastated the Soviet Union, leading to another period of reconstruction under Stalin's strict control. Stalin ruled with an iron fist until his death on March 5, 1953. His policies left an indelible mark on the Soviet Union, shaping its political, economic, and social landscape for decades. While some view him as the architect of Soviet power and a hero of World War II, others condemn his rule for its brutality and the immense suffering it inflicted. His legacy remains deeply polarizing. In Russia and former Soviet states, debates continue over his role in history. Some revere him as a strong leader who modernized the country, while others see him as a ruthless dictator responsible for countless atrocities. From his humble beginnings in Georgia to his rise as the supreme leader of the Soviet Union, Stalin's life was a testament to the power of ambition, ideology, and unyielding control. His reign reshaped the world order and left a legacy that continues to influence global politics to this day. If you found this journey interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more travel documentaries. Until next time, happy exploring.